You could be doing everything right with your skincare, following every routine, spending a fortune on serums, cleansing twice a day, and your skin still won't behave. The cause is deeper than the surface. Deeper than that even. And it's the part most skincare advice doesn't touch. This video covers 6 skincare mistakes that peer-reviewed science says are actively working against you, plus the one internal connection most skincare advice completely ignores. Each one comes from studies published in journals like Gut Microbes, Nature Reviews Microbiology, Cell Host Microbe, and the American Journal of Clinical Dermatology. 6 mistakes. 1 missing mechanism. Most skincare advice treats your skin as a single surface. The reality goes deeper. Your skin's an ecosystem, hosting its own microbiome, a community of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that researchers have only recently begun to fully understand. According to a foundational 2018 review in Nature Reviews Microbiology, this community actively shapes your skin barrier, regulates immune responses, and protects you from pathogens. This ecosystem is wired into your gut, systemically and bidirectionally. Researchers call the connection the gut-skin axis. A comprehensive 2022 review in Gut Microbes documented how when your gut microbiome falls out of balance, your skin often reflects that imbalance, even when you don't feel anything in your gut at all. Mistake number 1 is treating your skin like a surface. Every skincare routine you've ever been taught starts there, with cleanse, tone, and moisturize. That isn't wrong on its own, but if that's the whole strategy, you're addressing one input out of 3. Your skin's appearance is the output of what you put on it, what your skin microbiome is doing, and what your gut is sending up through inflammation signaling. If 2 of those 3 inputs are off, a $200 serum can't fix the result. The 2022 Gut Microbes review I just mentioned documents how skin conditions like acne, rosacea, atopic dermatitis, and psoriasis all show measurable gut microbiome involvement. A routine that only addresses the surface is addressing 1/3 of the problem and hoping the other 2/3 sort themselves out. They usually don't. Mistake number 2, over-cleansing. Scrubbing, harsh actives every single night, 10-step routines that don't let your skin breathe. A 2021 study in Cell Host Microbe demonstrated something the skincare industry has been slow to acknowledge. The commensal bacteria living on your skin are necessary for proper skin barrier formation and repair. Not just helpful, necessary. They signal through a specific molecular pathway called the aryl hydrocarbon receptor, which directs your skin cells to build and maintain the barrier. When you strip your skin repeatedly with harsh products, you're removing the bacterial team that builds your skin barrier alongside the dirt. That's why over-cleansed skin looks worse. You've disrupted the construction crew. A more recent 2025 review in the Journal of Clinical Investigation reinforced this. Skin microbiome diversity is directly linked to barrier integrity. Less diversity, weaker barrier. Mistake number 3 is troubleshooting skin issues without ever checking what's happening in the gut. When skin is inflamed, the default move is to reach for more products. But researchers consistently find that skin inflammation is often downstream of gut inflammation. A 2020 systematic review in Dermatology and Therapy specifically examined rosacea and found strong associations with small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, also called SIBO, plus irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, and H. pylori infections. These gut conditions don't always produce obvious digestive symptoms. Sometimes the only visible signal is on the face. When a persistent skin issue isn't responding to topical products, the variable nobody's checking might be one floor down. Mistake number 4 is believing that acne is fundamentally about dirty skin. This is probably the oldest skincare myth on the internet, and it just won't die. The research has shifted dramatically. A 2020 review in the American Journal of Clinical Dermatology described the current understanding as a full paradigm shift. The new model frames acne as a decline in diversity in the skin microbiome, often combined with gut microbiome imbalance, rather than a single bacterial overgrowth. The researchers were specifically examining Cutibacterium acnes, the bacteria that's long been blamed as the acne villain. They found that the actual problem is the disruption of bacterial balance among the strains that share that skin space. Healthy skin has a balanced mix. Inflamed skin has fallen out of that balance. The review also notes that commonly used topical and systemic antibiotics can induce further dysbiosis of the skin microbiome, which is part of why long-term antibiotic treatment often stops working. So cleaning harder doesn't fix it. Aggressive approaches can actually make things worse by disrupting the bacterial balance that healthy skin needs. This isn't treatment advice, by the way. For persistent skin concerns, please speak with a qualified professional. I'm just describing what the research is showing about the underlying mechanism. Mistake number 5 is spending money on expensive products before addressing what you're eating. This one's uncomfortable to say because I know how much people invest in their routines. But the research is hard to argue with. A 2024 randomized controlled trial published in Curious studied female participants aged 15 to 35 over 3 months, testing whether a low glycemic load diet could affect acne severity. The results? Participants who lowered their glycemic load saw their average acne severity decrease from 2.68 to 1.56 on the clinical scale. That's a meaningful improvement with 0 new products, just food changes. The mechanism runs through insulin, IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, sebum production, and systemic inflammation, all of which are influenced by what you eat far more directly than what you apply. A 2024 review in Nutrients similarly concluded that diets high in antioxidants, fiber, and phytonutrients support skin health, while poor dietary choices disrupt it. Keep your skincare. But if you're shopping for your 6th serum before you fixed your dinner, you've got the priority backwards. Most products are honestly overrated, and the real leverage is one floor down. Mistake number 6, and this is the big one, is treating your skin as if it's separate from your total health. Every mistake we've just talked about ladders up to this one idea. Your skin's a visible readout of a systemic, inflammatory, microbial ecosystem that stretches from your gut all the way to your face. A 2024 review in Frontiers in Microbiology described the gut-skin axis as a bidirectional communication system. Your skin reflects your gut, and your gut reflects your skin. You can't meaningfully address one without addressing the other. If your stress is high, if your diet is inflammatory, if your sleep is wrecked, if your gut is out of balance, no topical product is going to fully compensate. Skincare doesn't stop at your face. It never did. So if most skin problems aren't really surface problems, what do you actually do about them? You support the ecosystem. You feed your skin microbiome from the inside. That means lowering your glycemic load, addressing gut inflammation, easing up on the harsh products, and feeding the gut bacteria that regulate the gut-skin axis directly. A 2023 review in Nutrients specifically examined oral probiotic supplementation and the gut-skin axis. The review laid out how probiotics can influence skin outcomes by modulating gut bacteria, reducing systemic inflammation, and supporting immune signaling. A separate 2021 randomized controlled trial in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology tested oral symbiotic supplementation for melasma over 12 weeks. Participants taking the symbiotic supplement had significantly lower severity scores than placebo, with a p-value of 0.008. That's a real trial with real data. If this is making you curious about supporting your gut from a few angles at once, there's a natural supplement I've linked in the description below. It's built around Bacillus coagulans, a probiotic strain that's been studied in clinical trials for digestive comfort, plus inulin, the prebiotic fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria. It also includes bakuchiol, the plant compound from bobchi that's gaining attention in dermatology research as a natural alternative to retinol. It's not a substitute for changing how you eat or how you sleep, because nothing is, but it supports the gut-skin axis most skincare routines ignore. Remember, beauty starts from the inside. Literally, your skin is just a display of your health. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm an affiliate for this supplement. You don't have to buy it to continue enjoying the free educational content, but if you do, I may receive a commission at no extra cost to you. Also, please remember that this is not medical advice, so always consult a doctor before any new supplement regime. If this was useful, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more science-backed health tips about what's happening inside your body to what you're seeing on the outside. And leave a comment telling me which of these 6 mistakes you recognized in your own routine. You'd be surprised how common these mistakes are.